actually started his career with Ringling Brothers, and he could ride horses and flip around on trapezes and tumble and do all kind of stuff. So as a result of him having those skills, he moved to Hollywood, became a stuntman, and to us fans of Lucasfilm properties, he was well known as the stunt stand-in for Short Round in the Indiana Jones film. So anytime Shorty was doing flips or whatever he did, I don't think Short Round was flipping around, but he was involved in some stunts. And so that's when they bring in Felix. Also very well known to fans of late 70s science fiction television as Twiki from Buck Rodgers in the 25th Century.
Beady. I mean, you have to.
But that was Mel Blanc doing the voice.
Right, of course, yes.
That wasn't Felix, but Felix was walking around in that silver robot outfit. And to us as Star Wars fans, he's most well known as the hang glider Ewok in Return of the Jedi. And he did a lot of Ewok stunts, too. So he was banging around all over the place. Great guy, born in Italy. And he passed away last week in Las Vegas, Nevada. So Felix Silla, may he rest in peace. He was a friend of ours here at Rebel Force Radio. We had him on the show several times back in the early days. And I talked to him once about what it was like to be on the set and be surrounded by so many little people. How's it going, Felix Silla?
It's going very great.
Well, you, of course, are known as the hang-gliding Ewok in Return of the Jedi. And that must have been a wild experience on the set. You've told me some stories before, but you've never told me what it was like to work with so many little people in one area. I mean, that has to be kind of an odd occurrence to get so many little people together. I used to hear stories from the set of The Wizard of Oz that the Munchkin City was a party town when the cameras weren't rolling. Did you experience anything like that on the set of Jedi?
Oh, we sure did, yes.
Yeah?
We couldn't wait to get home at night, to right after that wrap on location.
Mm-hmm.
We got home, and right across the street from the Highway 1 in Northern California, there's a wonderful restaurant. They had a dancing floor. We took a quick shower, run across the street, dance a little bit, and eat, and stay up until 3 in the morning, and then next morning, 6 in the morning, the bus came and back on location again for one more day.
Out there to the Redwood Forest, right?
Of course, yeah.
So they're partying at night and hanging out in the Redwood during the day. And Felix, like I said, was a stuntman, and he was involved in a lot of physically challenging activities there on the set, flying around, swinging on vines, flying in hang gliders and all kind of crazy stuff. And he was involved in some fight scenes with the stormtroopers, but in one shot, he found he was fighting more than just stormtroopers, as he tells me about in this clip.
One day we were doing this fight scene with the stormtrooper, so I'm on top of this scaffold like a 20, 30 feet up.
Uh-huh.
So I'm supposed to jump on the guy, one of the stormtrooper, and I jumped down, and we're beating the hell out of this guy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I felt somebody grabbing my mask and spinning it, twisting it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of the Ewok.
Oh, my God.
She grabbed me on my head, and he spun my thing and cut my eye. So I got up, and I didn't know if I was bleeding or not. So I see this little person walking away, who went to hide under around the tree.
Yeah.
So I went over there and I said, "Who in the hell hit me?" And I don't know who twisted my mask. So I took the mask off, and I was bleeding because he cut me.
Oh my God.
And she said, "There was Debbie, right?" She says, "It wasn't me." I said, "You're not supposed to fight against me. You're supposed to fight against the stormtrooper, not me." So she cut me right across here.
Wow, you got injured by a fellow Ewok.
A fellow Ewok, yeah.
Well, that's just wrong. There should be a tribunal in the Ewok village. You guys gather around the fire pit and vote her out.
No,
vote her out of the
we should
village.
have a boxing match.
Yeah, right. Square off in the cage. Put you two Ewoks in a cage.
Right.
2 Ewoks in her, 1 Ewok leaves.
Yeah.
That would settle it.
Right.
What a fun guy.
Cracking up Felix there during the interview. But you know what? He was a lot of fun. He was really loose, and we had a good time. I met him a number of times. He's talking about Debbie Lee Carrington when he says that was Debbie. Debbie played the Ewok named Ramba, and she apparently didn't get the direction right because instead of attacking other stormtroopers, she attacked poor Felix the Ewok.
You know, I misspoke. I thought that Felix was also a Jawa in
no, he wasn't.
In the original in Star Wars Episode 4. So he is known as the hang gliding Ewok, and that's it for his, at least for his contribution to Star Wars. Did he show up in any of the Ewok films or anything like that that you're aware of? So
no.
So just the hang gliding Ewok.
Who he was just talking about, Debbie Carrington. She was in the Ewok adventure. She was Weechie. But she wasn't
Weechie.
But not Felix, because you know it's a stunt role. He was primarily there to do stunts, and he said in that clip that he was 20 to 30 feet up in the air on a scaffolding, and he jumped down from that thing onto a stormtrooper. Can you imagine? 30 feet up in the air, that guy comes flying down. His teddy bear comes flying at you.
It's
I would love to see outtakes.
I
would love to.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's like, you know, one of the plagues, right? You know, teddy bears flying out of the sky and attacking you with spears with arrowheads on them. So they were having a wild and crazy time on the set. Jason, I'm going to jump over to we're going to move number 4 to the end.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We're going to go to number 3 next. As I was talking to Felix, it occurred to me that whenever I see any of these actors out at the convention centers or wherever, they're always signing their character's name on their autographs, on the 8x10s or whatever they sign, you know. Anthony Daniels, C-3PO. Kenny Baker, R2-D2. Dave Prowse is Darth Vader. He signed everything that way. But Felix was just signing Felix Silla, Ewok. And so it occurred to me that, I don't think his Ewok character has a name. And so I asked Felix about that. While I was talking to not only Felix, but also Margot Apostolos, who also played an Ewok in Return of the Jedi. It's raining Ewoks, just like we said. So I start talking to Margot because I couldn't remember which Ewok she played. And that's when it suddenly dawned on me, does Felix's Ewok have a name?
Oh, hi. My name is Felix Silla, and I was the...
That's not it. That's not it. Did I misnumber those?
Yeah, you said that was 3 with Margot. Let's see.
That's, oh boy. Try playing 4. I renumbered.
I've got one here that says, here's 4. It says Felix has no Ewok name.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, here we go.
What was the name of your Ewok?
I'm Tokat.
Now, see, the thing is that Felix hang gliding Ewok, to the best of my knowledge, doesn't have a name.
No, it does not.
He still doesn't have a name.
No.
Don't you think this is an outrage, Margot?
No.
No. How about we just call him Felix the Ewok?
Felix the flying Ewok?
Felix the flying, furry, fuzzy Ewok.
Yeah, whatever they want to call it, as long as they give me a name.
Do you think an Ewok
I feel I've been left out.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Because that Ewok was very visible, a high-profile Ewok in the whole scene. You think of all those Ewoks that were there. This one, your Ewok, Felix the Ewok, had his own scene, actually, where he was being shot down.
Really, yeah.
It was a tragic story of a hero who gave everything he had, all of the emotion in his furry little belly. What do you think of the name Felix the Ewok, Margot?
What do I think of it?
Yeah. Does that work?
You better say something nice.
It works. It's cool.
Huh?
What? I'm Tokat.
What did you say?
I got a name.
Yeah.
Well, I think Felix the hang gliding Ewok is going to become canon from this point forward. So that's his name. That's it.
That's his name, okay.
That's it. Felix the fuzzy, furry, flying Ewok.
All right. So thus began his
The
quest for legitimacy.
We have to find a name for this Ewok. And I mean, the fan support for Felix the Ewok was just, it was a groundswell of fan support, Jason.
Yeah.
Groundswell. Because everyone wanted the hang gliding Ewok to get officially named.
Mm-hmm.
And this even got some people, their creative juices flowing and their musical talents were put to the test to come up with a musical tribute to this grave situation, Jason, in Star Wars history. The Ewok with no name. So Glenn Nelson, our pal, and his band High Adventure created this musical tribute to Felix Silla, the Ewok with no name.
Dear Mr. Lucas, this is Glenn Nelson. Please consider giving our beloved hang-gliding, rock-dropping, fallen Ewok hero, actor Felix Silla, a G-Canon, Lucasfilm-approved name. Thanks, and sing along. By the sixth part of the saga, I was looking at a world of trees. There was a Wookiee android, big generator things. There were furry little bears who liked to sing. The first thing I knew, a dude ate my food. The Death Star was in the sky. The rebels attacked, caught the troops off guard. Our unknown hero, he soared high. He flew through the forest and he walked with no name. He was awfully good at his aim. He grabbed his rocks, jumped on the wings he made. Then he went down in smoke and flames. He moved through the forest and he walked with no name. He was awfully good at his aim. He grabbed his rocks, jumped on the wings he made. Then he went down in smoke and flames. La la la, la 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 la
Fortunately for Glenn Nelson, the legal paperwork from folk rock band America got lost in the mail. The cease and desist.
But it shows you the as you put it, the groundswell, the grassroots effort that sprung from our interview, your interview with Felix Silla, the injustice. Because Jim, if Star Wars is known as being one of those franchises where there are no small characters, there are no small parts, there are no small actors. They all have names. And if we didn't have names, we called them Buttface or Lobster Man. So they all had names. But no, and in fact, there was even, I can't speak for the screen accuracy of the action figure, but I recall wasn't there a vintage hang gliding Ewok that was released? Certainly the hang glider was released. Might have been put out in Droids packaging, but there was definitely a hang glider accessory. And I don't know if it came with an Ewok, but
right.
But still no name.
This was around the same time, and that Ewok also had no name. It was just hang gliding Ewok.
Oh man.
And or maybe it was a different Ewok. See, there was a little bit of confusion. And so Leland Chee from the Lucasfilm Story Group, this is before there was a story group, he pointed me in the direction of an Ewok name. And I had to figure out which of these two Ewoks Felix was. Because, Jason, you said that, he was only the hang gliding Ewok, but Felix also was involved in that sequence where the two Ewoks attack the Scout Walker. And they just kind of pummel they pummel one of those troopers and the driver into the the floor of the thing.
Oh.
I never understood.
It's
where
pretty
those
brutal.
they just come in. They come in the top of the Scout Walker, and then they just start clubbing the two drivers.
Yeah.
And they just kind of crumple up under the floorboard of the the dash there, and they're sort of just underneath like where the floor is. And then Chewbacca comes in, and he's in there with two Ewoks, and then what? Two corpses there crumpled up on the floor. Where did those guys go? How do they all fit in there? So the Felix, his Ewok is also involved in that sequence, apparently.
Yeah.
And so Leland Shee said, well, there's two Ewoks in there, and I can identify them. So he told me to find out which one of these Ewoks was actually Felix Silla. And so you hear me question Felix, and then I reveal to Felix what the name of his Ewok actually is. In a historic moment for Star Wars fandom worldwide. The moment Felix Silla, the moment his Ewok got a name.
Do you recall what the color of the Ewok fur was on your costume?
My first one was black, kind of dark.
Okay.
And then, they only give me one costume, and it was dark, it was black. Then I had a couple scenes, and I got killed. And the guy, I guess it was the assistant director, he kept telling me, he says, you know what, Felix, we can't use you anymore because, you're getting shut down, you get killed, and then all of a sudden, a few scenes later, you reappear. I say, hey, it's not my problem. You only give me one film, So then they decided to give me another one. So I had a black one first, and then another one brown.
Brown.
That's
So
all
you had
black and brown.
Do you recall playing two different hang gliding Ewoks?
I only did one scene when the one crashed.
Okay.
The end glider crashed, and it was my black suit.
Okay. So you were the dark furred hang gliding Ewok known as Wunka. That is your Ewok's name. Wunka. W-U-N-K-A.
U-N-K-A? U-N-K-A?
W-U-N-K-A.
Oh, okay. W-U-N-K-A.
Wunka. What do you think of that name?
Wunka. Okay. That sounds good.
Hey, he's okay. He just wanted a name. He didn't care what it was.
Name. His Ewok is Wunka. And so he didn't seem overly thrilled. I thought he was just going to lose his mind. Wunka, that's awesome. Finally, I'm Wunka. I am Wunka. But I don't know if that name ever really stuck, I don't recall if he then went out and signed as Wunka, and with all the different changes that went on throughout canon and everything, I don't know this Wunka name if it ever really stuck. And but it appears that that's who he is. He is Wunka, and he is now Wunka with the Force. R.I.P. Felix Silla. Obviously, they did not ask me to say words at the service.
No.
I would have opened with that.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, all these spears and rocks would start flying at me. And they start throwing. They set up a catapult. They put a boulder in there and they shoot it at me. I'm like, because my opening remark was just so just off color.
You did not say that he is Wonka with the Force.
He's Wonka with the Force. Felix Silla. God bless him.